I can't believe this is happening.
Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Sara Lubratt, and today I'm going to hopefully have a productive word day. I started off this morning, actually just got off an interview phone call, and it went well. I now have an in-person interview on Thursday when this video is going up, and yeah, that was kind of most of what I had to do today. I am looking for other jobs right now, working on applications and all that fun stuff. But hopefully I'm going to finish that within the next like 30 or 45 minutes and give it a break, and then I'll get to writing. Alrighty, I finished applying to a few more jobs. I got ready for the day, I made my bed, and now I'm ready to sit down at my desk and get started writing. First things first though, I think I need to make a list of all the things that I want to accomplish today in the order that I want to accomplish them, so that I can be scratching stuff off as I go to feel like I'm making progress and to show myself how much progress I'm making. So I just wrote out my list. I need to go through and reframe it though, because I have a lot of like little to-do things on here, in addition to hoping to write both an article and about 2,000 words in my project DE today. This is my to-do list. We're going to start at the very top and write 500 words in DE. Last night, I knew that I wanted to get a lot done, and so I sat down and wrote down a list of 3 points, well, like where 3 of my characters are in the story right now, so like where I could like pick up, and like I wrote down some of my thoughts on what could happen next, where I think the story is going, and so just to like give myself an easier starting point for today. And so I'm going to read those over while I eat a little bit of banana bread, pick one, and then get started writing. It is also almost 1:30. It is currently 1:28, so by the time I start writing, it will be 1:30. It is now 2 o'clock. I wrote for half an hour and I wrote 698 words. I just took 15 minutes of a productive break where I unloaded the dishwasher, cleaned up from breakfast, brought out glasses from my room, and wiped down the countertops. It is now 2:15 and I'm about to write some more words in DE. It is now 2:45, which means that I just wrote for another half hour, and in that half an hour I wrote 655 words, giving me a total of 1,353 words so far for the day. Next up, I think I'm gonna go for a walk. It is such a nice day out. I think it's like 70 degrees, and so I need to get a little bit of vitamin D and just like a little bit of outdoor air before I continue writing, because I know that it's like not dark in my apartment with how many like windows we have, but it is like starting to feel dark, and so I feel like I just need to be outside for a little bit. On my way up from my walk, I picked up a package, and I think I know what it is, and I'm really excited to open it. All right, there it is. For Christmas, my parents gave me a domain name. I don't know if you can read that or not, but it says sarallubratt.com. I got a domain name, and this is like a very delicate like wood cutout that's kind of like flexible, and so it was just packaged really, really well. But they shipped it down to me because I couldn't fit it in my suitcase in a way that wouldn't break it when I came back down after the holidays. On my list, I have that I will be working on an article next, but I think that I want to get back to writing another half hour in DE and see how far that can get me. Because I've been doing productive breaks today, that really keeps your like body busy while your mind can still think about what you were writing and what you were working on. And so I think it's best for me to stay in the DE mindset for as long as
possible and as long as permitting before switching over to the article, because that will change like the wavelength, because it's a very different kind of like tone of writing. I just finished a 15-minute word sprint, and in that 15 minutes I got 261 words. And I kind of had to stop because I was getting too excited. Today's writing could not be going better. I think I just figured out 2.5 of 3 potential book titles. I just potentially maybe figured out where the end of the first book falls. I might literally be writing it like right now. It feels like a natural break, which is what I've been wanting for a very long time. And the fact that I'm like potentially writing it right now is insane. And so I'm writing this like natural break for this one perspective. What I'm going to be writing in another perspective maybe has like 4,000 words, 4,000 or 5,000 words to get it to that point, but then it'll be there. And obviously I need to like go back through and like fill in some parts that like aren't complete right now, but are like almost there. Kind of just parts where I've like included bracketed sections where I'm just like, all right, like this needs to happen, but I don't really know exactly how it's gonna happen, so this needs to happen here. But other than that, I'm at a very good spot. I'm kind of amazed. I'm not kind of amazed. I'm extremely amazed right now. I cannot believe this is happening. This is really, 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 really cool. I can't believe this is happening. It seriously like lines up in the story, like the perspective that I'm working on right now and like have been working on thus far today. It closes off like the first part of her character arc. And so of course that makes sense for it to be natural break. And then one of the things that I had written like last night, like the paragraph or whatever that I wrote last night to aid in today's writing and for me to like know where to start off, like also covers a natural break in a character arc and in like a plot arc. And then I'm kind of getting to a really exciting other point in one of the other perspectives that could very easily be a natural break. Well, it's the end of one section and the beginning of a new section. And so like I might have found the natural breaking point for the first book, because my plan originally was to write the entire story like all the way through, and then when I was done writing the entire thing, however long it ended up being, and like now I'm at 250 or 60,000 words. So when I made my 2020 goals video, my goal was to be at 350,000 by the end of July. And I like thought that I was gonna do that, get to that point, and then start rereading it and trying to figure out, well, like what was necessary, what wasn't necessary, start like trying to edit that down a little bit. Cause like right now I'm at 250,000 words. And so 350 seemed like plenty to have enough content for me to figure out where a first book fell in the story, where I could then start editing it and like narrowing it down for me to then like move into looking for an agent and starting to think about the publishing process. But I might have just made this so much easier for myself than that plan. This is wild. But I am now at a total of 1,614 words written, which means that I can skip down here and cross off another 500 words in DE. I just tried to call my mom and she's not picking up, but I just really want to talk to somebody about this, and I tell her like absolutely nothing about my books other than that it's going well, but I would like cryptify it a lot when I would like tell her what was going on. I would tell her basically what I told you guys, but I just like want to talk about it. I really, really want her to call me back. Okay, my mom still has not called me back. So I responded to emails, I sent a thank you to the interviewer from earlier, and I applied to a few more jobs, not quite 30 minutes, but the 30 minutes was anticipating applying to jobs that I don't really think I want to apply for anymore.
Like those things that you cram and then pasta comes out. That's what we gotta do to our stories sometimes. Speaking of, Sara made dinner. See, she made you hungry, Sarah. I'm thinking of pasta now.
No, now I want some pasta.
Sarah, you did pasta. I psychically knew.
Okay, so I just joined Hannah McCord and Becca C. Smith's live write-in, and I wrote 428 words in a 20-minute writing sprint, and now I need to tally that up and figure out how many words I'm at for the day. Okay, I have passed 2,000 words officially for the day. It is 7:45. I just finished setting up 2 more phone interviews with different companies, and it seems like doing all that job hunting during my Improving My Life video is really paying off because I'm getting like bites, and like these are positions that I was interested in, and so obviously because I applied to them, but these are some of the ones that I like marked that I was interested in. And honestly, one of them I applied for today, and then the CEO sent me an email and was like, are you free for a call tomorrow? And I'm like, okay, like sure, let's do this. Wow, it's like basically like 9 o'clock now. I just got off the phone with my dad, talked to him for like an hour, like an hour and a minute actually, very long phone call about job hunting and the interview earlier today, the 2 interviews that I have tomorrow, and then the in-person interview that I got from the interview today on Thursday. And just like he does a lot of hiring for the company that he's at, and so he was giving me advice and like how I should go about rating my pros and cons if I get more than one offer for these jobs. Yeah, so it was a very productive phone call. It's just been an extremely productive day. I'm very happy with that. That was the goal, and I did it. Heck yeah. And you can't really tell, but you can't see anything out my window right now because it's so foggy. That's me looking like almost straight down, and those are just like the street lights through the fog, and then it kind of just disappears into nothing. All right, I think that's gonna be it for me today, you guys. I had such a good, productive day, which is exactly what I wanted at the beginning of it when I started it all. I ended up writing 2,042 words in 1 hour and 35 minutes. That's really good. I'm very happy with that. Tomorrow I have 2 interviews. The following day I have an interview. And on that day, this video is going to go up. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more videos like this because I post every Monday and sometimes Thursday, like today.